What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another video. So it was another brutal day in the market. It seems like, we have a nice green day followed by a red day, and that's just how it's been going. So you can see here that the dark pools were buying, which is a bullish sign in my opinion. Now, these growth stocks are getting beaten down. Tech is getting beaten down. I'm personally looking at it as a nice buying opportunity. I'm not buying super heavy at the moment. I'm just scaling in on days that are nice and red and setting buy points for my favorite stocks. And I am going to speak about two stocks that I think will do very well in the month of April as the market recovers, but they also have some catalysts to go along with them. So I wanted to talk about those. Tomorrow will also be a bit volatile as well. We have quad witching or quadruple witching, and that is, not something that I'm too worried about. We've all lived through this before because it happens every March, June, September, and December. We've all already lived through it. It's never been that big of a deal. Basically, it's just referring to stock index futures, index options, stock options, and single stock futures all expiring simultaneously tomorrow at market close. So basically, tomorrow's Friday. Usually you're going to have the day be low volume. People don't really do too much on Fridays from what I've seen. The last 5 to 15 minutes of the day, you could see some crazy volatility just because of this, but I don't think it's anything to worry about too much. So let's get into the stocks that I'm adding for April. All right, first up we have ticker symbol BFLY. Now this is Butterfly Network, and I spoke about them in a couple videos on my channel. So back when they were a SPAC, I spoke about them, and as well as when they went through the merger. And we saw them go from $20 to $28 around the merger time in early January, and then come back down with the rest of the market, since then. Now Butterfly has created the world's first handheld ultrasound device, and it plugs straight into your iPhone. It's universally accessible and affordable. I think this is amazing for the parts of the world that don't have access to digital imaging. And, the CEO is a genius. The guy has had a lot of success, especially as an entrepreneur. Now, this is very disruptive, especially in the medical field, because there's obviously nothing quite like it, at least yet, and that gives them a clear advantage. Now, I do have those other videos if you want to go check out more in depth on what they do, but now I want to get into what I've noticed. So a few more reasons I do like Butterfly Network is because they have such a large TAM. They have an $8 billion addressable market, and 4.7 billion people around the world don't have access to digital imaging. So that is just a huge market for them to tap into. They have a strong balance sheet and liquidity. They also have low manufacturing costs. I believe this company has rapid growth ahead of them. I also have conviction that this will replace stethoscopes going forward. They've even commented on that as well. I'm not sure it will replace the ultrasound machines, the large ones you see in hospitals, but I do see this as a tool that will be used in every hospital in the future. Okay, so now I wanted to get into what I've been noticing. So around pre-merger and merger time, I saw Arkinvest buying this one, and they bought it back when it was a SPAC, but more recently, during this correction in early March, Ark has been loading up on Butterfly Network. So I have screenshots. They bought on March 3rd, 4th, 8th, 16th, and 17th from what I could find. There could be a few other days in there, but that's what I could find. Now, it got me thinking, why is Ark loading up so much? Other than the fact that, they love disruptive innovation, they see growth for this company. I've noticed when Ark loads up on something, typically a big move for that company happens in the near future. I've seen it with Teladoc Health. They were loading up under 200. It ended up going to 300. I've seen it with quite a few stocks that they buy into. And that's not a reason to buy this stock just because Ark is. I'm just simply sharing, what I found. So it got me digging what could be coming up for Butterfly Network. And it just so happens that they have some webinars coming up. Basically, the second half of April, Butterfly is doing these live webinars. And they can't do things in person for obvious reasons right now. But basically, you're just going to get doctors speaking about the Butterfly IQ device and different testimonies. So here it says Dr. Chen tested positive for the virus, and he used the Butterfly IQ to track the progression of the condition. So he's going to speak on that. You can see they're going to have webinars 15th through the 17th, 15th through the 18th, at a ton of different various locations, basically through the end of the month. And I'm not sure exactly how the market will take this. This could be a small catalyst. It could get more eyes and attention on this company. Either way, I think it's going to be a positive thing for this company. And I do like where Butterfly is sitting right now. It's currently at 1765. Anywhere in the 16 to 18 range, I think, is a decent place to buy this one. I'm long term on it, but I still see this as a deal. I definitely see this heading back to its 20 to 22 range fairly quickly here. And then if it gets some positive news and people start really talking this one up, it could head back to all-time highs. Second up is PLTR. This is Palantir, down about 4.88% on the day, sitting around 23.97. And earlier this month, we even saw them dip as low as 21. So I think anywhere from the 21 to 24 range is a buy for Palantir in my opinion, and I have been scaling in shares. Now, Palantir builds software that lets organizations integrate their data, decisions, and operations into one platform. Their software empowers entire organizations to answer complex questions quickly and get the right data to the right people who need it. We know that Palantir offers a few services such as Gotham, which is for governments, Foundry, which is for corporate clients, and then Apollo, which is a delivery system that manages and deploys both Gotham and Foundry. So I think Palantir is years ahead of its competitors, and they have spent so much time and money developing this software. I think they're going to be one of the biggest software companies in the world that specializes in big data analytics, and they're already doing big things in 2021. So the catalyst for Palantir is on April 14th, and it's their double-click demo day. They decided to do another demo day because this company just has so much to cover, and I'm sure they're going to do even more in the future. But basically, this will give us enough time to start scaling in at these low prices while the stock is being beaten down with the rest of the market. Give it time to consolidate before another big breakout and run. Now, we saw this in early January, trading around the exact same prices, 23 to 25 range, before their event run-up, which typically happens 1 to 3 days before the event, or even on the day of the event, it could run up. But basically, you want to sell the news. You want to lock in your profits before the event happens, because once those events happen, typically it'll sell off. That's just how these things go. And last event was pretty bland and long, so I think people just want to play the run-up and then get out. So for my long-term side of Palantir, I'll be paying attention to the event. For my options trading side of Palantir, I'm just getting in and getting out. So that's pretty much it, guys. Just wanted to share a couple of stocks that I am buying, and they do have catalysts coming up in the month of April. Now, I am long-term on these stocks as well, but there could be an opportunity to play some debit spreads or call options on them as well. I do see the market recovering, and you just want to be buying while things are down like this before the FOMO hits and the hype hits. You're less exposed to risk and exposed to more upside potential and profits. So that's what I'm getting into. Let me know what you're getting into in the comments below. Please like and subscribe and have a good one.